Amy, you own Nvidia. On this news, what do you do with it?
Well, we've been trimming Nvidia all year, so we've owned it for over a decade now. So it's a very long-term holding for us. But I do think there are some signs to show that it is weakening. I mean, this is obviously not good for the stock. There's a question in my mind whether China was stockpiling chips in advance of something like this happening, which would have inflated results like the strong results that we saw for the last few quarters. So this is a negative. I still think Nvidia is a great company. It has very good long-term potential, but the stock has run up a lot. It looks like it's not that expensive, but the question in my mind, are we at peak earnings? And then we're putting a peak multiple on those peak earnings, and that's definitely a concern in the semiconductor space. So I think this is a good, very long-term holding, but we're not particularly overweight, and I wouldn't be very overweight right now.
Very interesting. Jim, you also own Nvidia. Some of this maybe to some degree was expected, as Christine was talking about. The Biden administration put in some kind of restrictions and controls, and we're just upping the ante a little bit here. What does this mean for you?
Yeah, so I'm relatively new to the stock, so I'm building up what you're trimming down. Maybe we'll meet in the middle. I don't know. But I think I can speak for most investors in saying that my thesis was not on Nvidia was not predicated on sales to China. If somebody went into Nvidia thinking that China was the growth market for American designed or produced chips and semi-equipment, that was an absolutely 100% wrong reason to get into any of these stocks. It's been very clear for quite some time. And in fact, the news on Nvidia having a potential hit from China sales came out, I want to say, Amy, you'll remember, 6-9 months ago, something like that. Yep. So this is upping the ante, and I think it's what it's upping the ante for is that the U.S. government realizes there's been all these sort of back channels by which chips have made their way into Chinese, ostensibly military applications. So this really shouldn't come as news to anyone, and it's not part of the thesis of why I own Nvidia.
Brenda, you also own Nvidia. Christina makes an interesting point about what the spokesperson said about not having a material immediate impact in, I guess, the near term, but the long term is really the question mark. What does it mean for your holding here?
I think when we look at Nvidia in the near term here, 80% of the revenue of the company comes from outside of China. So this is a very global company, and it's really incredibly well positioned right here and now. No doubt that over time there will likely be competition coming. Lots of other companies working on chips right now. And when you think of the long-term overall growth, China would certainly be part of that from a global perspective. But I think right here and now, I think there is still more room for Nvidia to continue growing, and that right now they're really the company's enjoying this incredible positioning of really being one of the only games in town for these chips. So in our view, here in the shorter to intermediate term, I think the company is still really well positioned. The stock is really kind of consolidated since June. It hasn't really done very much, even though earnings results have been significantly better than expected. So we're still sticking with our position and viewing the company in a positive light here.
And if it hasn't done very much, but today it's down about 3.5%. Is there an opportunity here? If you still believe in the company's ability to grow long term, would you buy here?
I think for people who have an underweight position or no position at all, taking advantage of opportunities like this, in our view, is wise, just given the positioning of the company. So we wouldn't be trimmers here necessarily, but we would be more adding to positions rather than trimming at current levels.
Joe, you own Nvidia and a number of other chip names in Joe T. When you hear this news today, again, maybe largely expected, but still, stocks are moving on it. It is a big deal potentially in the long term. What do you do?
They are certainly moving on it. Let's point out it's not a blanket restriction. So again, if you're in the bullish camp, that plays to your thesis. The way that we own most of the chips are through an equally weighted strategy. So we're not market cap weighted. So to Amy's point, the degree in which you own a lot of these chip names, in particular Nvidia, is going to be incredibly important. But I think there was this perception that the news surrounding Nvidia and the chips and the early morning market weakness that we experienced would be some type of catalyst for the market to roll over. And we haven't seen that. And I think the real story is the remarkable resiliency that's being reflected overall in the market today.